Carl Sandburg's poem, Chicago, first published in 1914 in Poetry magazine and later included in his collection Chicago Poems, 1916, is a vivid, muscular tribute to the gritty spirit of the city of Chicago. The poem captures the industrial, working-class heart of America in the early 20th century, celebrating the labor, resilience, and defiance of urban life while also acknowledging its flaws. Written in a free verse style reminiscent of Walt Whitman, Chicago combines poetic grandeur with colloquial roughness. Sandburg paints the city as both brutal and beautiful, a hub of industry, a place of hardship, yet also a place of pride, energy, and hope. It is one of the most iconic American city poems and a cornerstone of modernist poetry in the United States. Sandburg opens the poem with a catalog of epithets that reflect Chicago's industrial power: hog butcher for the world, toolmaker, and stacker of wheat. These nicknames highlight the city's role as a center of meatpacking, manufacturing, and agriculture. He also describes Chicago as a freight hub, emphasizing its role in national commerce. After praising the city's strength and hustle, Sandburg directly addresses criticisms against it: prostitution, crime, corruption, and poverty. He does not deny these accusations but places them in context. Instead of moralizing, he acknowledges the darkness and then pivots back to admiration. He sees vitality and defiance in the city's inhabitants, workers, farmers, laborers, who give the city its pulse. In the middle and later stanzas, Sandburg celebrates Chicago's lifted head and singing heart. He evokes the image of a young, proud, laughing worker who fights against adversity. The poem ends with a reaffirmation of the city's rugged beauty and dignity, declaring that the city lives cunning as a savage, with strong muscles and a proud laugh. Structure and form. The poem is written in free verse, with no regular meter or rhyme scheme. It is divided into stanzas of varying lengths, almost like prose poetry. This loose, sprawling form mirrors the chaotic energy of the city itself. Sandburg uses anaphora, cataloging, and parallelism to give the poem rhythm and emphasis, stylistic features influenced by Walt Whitman. His language is deliberately rough, using vivid imagery and colloquial expressions. Phrases like "city of the big shoulders" and "flinging magnetic curses" blend metaphor with raw description. The form and style embody the democratic spirit Sandburg champions, a poetry of the people, for the people. Themes. 1. Industrial power and labor. The opening of the poem glorifies Chicago's role in American industry. The city is identified through its functions: hog butchering, toolmaking, stacking wheat, and handling freight. These are not abstract ideals but grounded, physical, sweaty jobs. Sandburg gives nobility to labor, portraying the worker as a heroic figure. Bareheaded, shoveling, wrecking, planning, building, breaking, rebuilding. The repetition of these active verbs reflects ceaseless motion. Labor defines the city's identity. It is not merely a place but a living, working organism. 2. Urban grit and moral ambiguity. Sandburg does not shy away from the city's flaws. He lists the common critiques of Chicago. They tell me you are wicked and I believe them. And they tell me you are crooked and I answer, yes, it is true. And they tell me you are brutal and my reply is, on the faces of women and children I have seen the marks of wanton hunger. These lines confront the reader with the city's underbelly: vice, corruption, poverty, and violence. But Sandburg refuses to condemn Chicago outright. Instead, he accepts these faults as part of its complex character. His stance is neither romantic nor cynical, it's realist. The poem acknowledges that greatness often coexists with ugliness. 3. Defiance and pride. Despite the criticisms, Sandburg remains defiant. He admires Chicago's ability to survive, to keep laughing and working through hardship. Under the smoke, dust all over his mouth, laughing with white teeth. This image of a laughing laborer, covered in grime, symbolizes the city's resilience. The phrase, "City of the Big Shoulders," conveys strength and endurance. Chicago is personified as a tough young man, brawling, singing, unrefined, but proud. 4. American identity and democracy. Sandburg's Chicago is a microcosm of the American experience, immigrant-driven, hardworking, flawed but striving. The emphasis on labor, diversity, and survival reflects democratic ideals. His poem elevates the urban working class into the realm of poetry, asserting that America's greatness lies in its people. Fierce as a dog with tongue lapping for action. This canine metaphor reflects hunger, not just physical but social and existential. Chicago is hungry to act, build, and assert itself. Language and imagery. Sandburg uses personification throughout the poem to give the city a human presence. Chicago is described as laughing, singing, and showing its white teeth. This makes the city feel alive, expressive, and full of character. His imagery is visceral. Hog butcher for the world conjures the raw, bloody world of meatpacking. Under the smoke, dust all over his mouth evokes the pollution and toil of industry. Flinging magnetic curses combines electricity, rage, and charisma. Sandburg also uses muscular, monosyllabic verbs, shoveling, wrecking, planning, building, to convey power and immediacy. These choices enhance the poem's tone of rugged authenticity. Historical context. When Sandburg wrote Chicago, the city was a booming industrial hub, a center of railroads, stockyards, and factories. It was also a city of contradictions: immense wealth and abject poverty, immigration and xenophobia, innovation and exploitation. As a poet closely associated with the American working class, Sandburg aligned himself with socialist and populist causes. He sought to give voice to the laborers and immigrants who were often ignored by high art. His poetry, like Whitman's before him, democratized literature. Chicago reflects the anxieties and energies of a rapidly urbanizing nation. It is a literary monument to America's transition from rural to industrial society. Conclusion. Carl Sandburg's Chicago is more than a tribute to a city. It is a declaration of the dignity of labor, the complexity of urban life, and the enduring spirit of the American worker. With vivid imagery, unapologetic language, and bold free verse, Sandburg constructs a portrait of a city that is flawed but proud, violent but vibrant, dirty but determined. He does not romanticize Chicago, nor does he vilify it. Instead, he accepts it as it is. A place of contradictions, full of struggle and full of life. Through this poem, Sandburg redefined what was worthy of poetry: not palaces and aristocrats, but factories, laborers, and the unrefined strength of cities like Chicago. The poem remains a landmark in American literature and an enduring testament to the beauty found in grit.